morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM.
Sunrise.
The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM.
3FM Sunrise.
It's 13 minutes past the 8th hour of the morning. Well, if you didn't know, President John Dramani Mahama has formed an anti-flood task force, and it is aimed at tackling Ghana's flooding crisis. We'll get into the details of that conversation shortly, as well as speak with the Environmental Protection Agency. Months into the John Dramani Mahama administration, how has the fight against illegal mining been? And what about the concerns of illegal signatures? We'll get into that conversation shortly. But first, I have some good news for you. And it is happening every Friday. Every Friday is a happy day here at Media General. Join us for the Ghana Month celebrations. Come and enjoy free bubra and have a good taste of different foods from different ethnic groups in Ghana. In fact, from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Friday. So tomorrow, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. If you're not here at Media General's Friday Bazaar, then you know they love yourself. Come and give yourself and the family a traditional dance, food and fashion treat as a crowd bounces to life. That's right, bring your entire family. Every Friday from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Media General. Come and join us, make merry throughout this Ghana month at TV3 and 3FM. Remember, there's free bubra for the first 100 persons. And this is every Friday for the entire month of March. So join us tomorrow from 4 p.m. till 10 p.m. for the MG Friday Food Bazaar. Call or text 024-913-1636, 024-913-1636, or 054-454-1424, 0544-541-424. Call these numbers for more details.
3FM Sunrise.
There's more good news for you this morning. On the 22nd of March 2025. Today is what, 13th. We have just about a few days. about 9 days to the 22nd of March 2025. It is time to Gobelize. The Gobe Nation and Gobe Eaters Association, this is a call for you to assemble. Get ready for Ghana's ultimate beans-based food festival. This year on the 22nd of March at the Legon City Mall's car park. 3FM, we are on a mission to celebrate the life-saving, sumptuous Ghanaian dish of all time, Gobe. So come and join us, immerse yourself in an electrifying atmosphere. It is filled with great food, refreshing drinks, live band music, fun games, vibrant paintings, jama sessions, and of course the almighty Gobe. And that is from all your favorite food vendors. It is absolutely free. Join us at the Legon City Mall's car park on the 22nd of March at the Legon City Mall's car park. 3FM Gobe Festival. Join us wear Ghana, join us eat Ghana, and join us celebrate the love and unity that binds us. Interested vendors and sponsors should please call or text 05311 00927, 05311 00927, or 05322 00927. Call or text these numbers and let's get Gobelicious on the 22nd of March 2025. Let's make history at this year's 3FM Gobe Festival. 3FM Gobe Festival 2025, celebrating culture, love and unity through Gobe. It is powered by 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. Remember that it is absolutely free.
The best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
And if you check your time, it's only 21 minutes after 8 here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. Now, last Tuesday, the Public Services Workers Union of the TUC of the EPA and the EPA Senior Staff Association had an online and face-to-face staff meeting. The agenda was recent happenings in EPA, right? It happened from 10 a.m. to 12:30, Millennium Conference Room. So there are some police there and all of that, those conversations. We'll get into it. Now, there's some alleged forgery of signatures of the boss of the Environmental Protection Agency, Professor Nanama Brown-Kluche. We'll get into that detail because in my hand now is a letter from the quarters of the Environmental Protection Agency Authority now. Environmental Protection Authority, not agency. Addressed to One God's Way, Lawson Daniels, Environmental Protection Authority Head Office in Accra. And it reads, Dear Sir, interdiction for fraud, altering a document impersonation and forgery of official document pending outcome of the investigation. I write on the above mentioned subject. I have found that you have unlawfully reproduced an official document bearing the signature of a chief executive officer and willfully altered its content to direct clients to room B13 instead of the designated reception area. This act constitutes an egregious misrepresentation of official authority, amounting to forgery, abuse of office, and the fundamental breach of fiduciary duty. Moreover, your actions may be in contravention of the Criminal Code 1960 Act 29 of Ghana, particularly under sections related to forgery, fraudulent misrepresentation, and the unauthorized use of official documentation. The Environmental Protection Agency upholds strict protocols to safeguard the integrity and authority of its official correspondence. Any unauthorized alteration, or manipulation of official documents is deemed a severe violation of institutional policies and legal statutes and will not be tolerated under any circumstances. As a direct consequence of this breach, you are suspended with immediate effect pending the outcome of the investigation. You are required to 1. Cease all official duties with immediate effect. 2. Return all authorities' property, including but not limited to identification badges, office keys, access cards, and any documents or materials belonging to the Environmental Protection Authority immediately. 3. Vacate room B13 and any other designated office spaces assigned to you by the stipulated deadline. Failure to comply with these directives may result in further legal action. Additionally, any further unauthorized representation of the authority or engagement in any activities purporting to be on behalf of the Environmental Protection Agency will be met with swift legal consequences in accordance with the provisions of Ghana's Criminal and Other Offences Act, not Criminal Code anymore, 1960 Act 29. The Environmental Protection Authority remains committed to upholding the highest ethical and legal standards in its operations. Yours faithfully, Professor Nanama Brown-Kluche, Chief Executive Officer. This copy to the Deputy CEO Operations, Deputy CEO in charge of Technical, Head of Human Resources Department, Head of Legal Department, Director Finance, Acting Director HRM, Acting Director Administration, Acting Director Internal Audit, Assistant Finance Officer, Salaries, and also to the file of the recipient, God's Way, Lawson Daniels, who is the TUC boss, I understand, at the union boss at the EPA. Now, there's also another letter which I'll share with you. It's actually a memorandum, and it's from the Chief Executive Officer. It's addressed to all staff. The subject is interdiction for fraud, altering document, impersonation and forgery of official document pending outcome of investigation. Reference number is GC 52/348/01, dated 11th of March 2025. And remember, the union had their meeting on the 12th of March 2025. It reads, I have found that Mr. Daniel Godsway and Mr. George Amwako have unlawfully reproduced an official document bearing the signature of the Chief Executive Officer and willfully altered its content to direct proponents to Room B13 instead of the designated reception area. This act constitutes an egregious misrepresentation of official authority amounting to forgery, abuse of office, and a fundamental breach of fiduciary duty. Moreover, the actions may be in contravention of the Criminal Code 1960 Act 29 of Ghana, particularly under sections related to forgery, fraudulent misrepresentations, and the unauthorized use of official documentation. The Environmental Protection Authority upholds strict protocols to safeguard the integrity and authenticity of its official correspondence. Any unauthorized alteration or manipulation of official documents is deemed a severe violation of institutional policies and legal statutes and will not be tolerated under any circumstances. The Environmental Protection Authority remains committed to upholding the highest ethical and legal standards in its operations. This is signed by Professor Nana Ama Brown-Kluche, Chief Executive Officer, and it is dated the 11th of March 2025. So the question that every normal, rational human being will ask, what is happening at the EPA? We'll tell you that. And the phone lines are busy already. We're connecting with the people at the Environmental Protection Authority. I want to understand. It's only 28 minutes after 8. Let's take a quick break. When we return from this break, I'm sure that we will have a caller to speak to and try and understand what exactly is happening there. Stay with us here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We'll be right back.
It's the battle of the teams in a 3FM 60-day Fit Start Challenge. Which team will come up tops? Will it be Team Comfort or Team Helen? Will age and tact act triumph? Or will youth and energy win? Call or WhatsApp on these numbers: 0532 300 927 or 0532 200 927. Now, to join Team Comfort or Team Helen and enjoy holistic wellness coaching, specialized diet plans, and cooking tutorials, thrilling exercises, challenges, and activities, plus many exciting rewards. 3FM Fit Start is sponsored by Daffy's Health and Beauty, Bill's Microfinance and Usual Premier, and supported by Blue Skies and the Ghana Medical Association. 3FM Fit Start, your health, your journey, your victory.
Ghana, it's time to globalize. Gobe Nation and Gobe Eaters Association, it's time to assemble. Get ready for Ghana's ultimate beans-based food festival, 3FM Gobe Festival 2025. This year on the 22nd of March at Lagos City Mall, we're on a mission to celebrate all things beans from your favorite vendors. Come and immerse yourself in an electrifying atmosphere filled with great food, refreshing drinks, live band music, fun games, jama sessions, crown our king and queen of Gobe, and find out who wins Gobeathon amongst many activities. 3FM Gobe Festival on the 22nd of March at Lagos City Mall from 10 a.m. If you're an interested vendor or sponsor, please call 0531 100 927 or 0532 200 927 right now. Let's get Gobelicious on the 22nd of March and make history at 3FM's Gobe Festival at Lagos City Mall. It's absolutely free. 3FM Gobe Festival 2025, celebrating culture, love, and unity through Gobe. Powered by 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. Proudly sponsored by Origin.
Welcome back and thank you very much indeed. So I've read for you two letters or correspondences. One is a memorandum addressed to staff telling them of some wrongs that have happened, and the other is specifically addressed to a gentleman. Now, for those of you who don't know, the objectives of the Environmental Protection Authority is to regulate, protect, coordinate, and exercise general oversight in all matters relating to climate change and the environment. So we'll get to that later. But let's talk to Professor Brown-Kluche, who is the Chief Executive Officer. Prof, good morning. Very much for your time.
Good morning, Johnny.
And congratulations to you. We haven't had time to speak since you got this new role.
Yes, sir.
Great. What exactly is happening at the EPA with letters flying around and people not being too excited about the happenings? What's happening there?
Thank you very much, and good morning to your listeners. Let me put it on record that what you read or saw in social media is an internal memo. It was not supposed to go out. I realized that it's been leaked out already, and I was getting phone calls to ascertain if it's a true story issue. So I also decided to put it up myself. It's also already leaked within the stuff. I wish that I don't go into details of the issue because we are still investigating it. The first, I would say, line of evidence we got is what I acted on and informed all staff about it. So it borders on forgery, as you rightly read. So we are still investigating it. Let me put it this way.
I see. Now, you say 2 staff members forged your document. How did they do that? Do we know?
Oh, okay. So so that's a letter they send for compliance. So when they visit clients, those who are supposed to have permits, and if they don't have, they issue them such a letter to report at the office. So I did a letter for them, and a client came to the office with a letter of different content with my signature and the heading. The title was the same, the subject was the same, and the signature is mine with my name, but the content was different. So I now compared this with the original letter I'd given them to go out, and I realized that they were able to change the content, directing clients to their specific office that they operate from. And so I thought that was alarming, and it has, of course, financial implications for the authority, and I needed to take an action immediately.
This room B13, is it a hall or somebody's office in your outfit?
Yeah, so that's an office where the compliance unit leadership is situated.
So let the public understand, if you had not been able to trace and track this, what could have been the effect or the consequence if this letter had gone through for this client?
So what it means that, okay, so let me explain the process. So usually when the letter gets to clients and they are supposed to report within 48 hours to EPA to discuss their permitting issue and then regularize their operations, they report at the reception and then they are directed to the right directorate, because EPA does a lot of things. So if it borders on construction, there's a unit that deals with it. If it borders on mining, if it borders on chemicals, different units handle different cases or issues like that. So the B13 is their office, the compliance office, which means that they can choose to direct the client to the right office, or they can deal with the situation themselves, which is not right. So they said they've been doing it like that since before I came in. But I thought that, no matter what the operations or whatever they were doing before I came in, once the letter is not the same as what I gave them, there could be something behind it. So if that is how they wanted it, why did they tell me to do the letter the way they wanted it and signed it for them?
Right.
So that was only my issue about it. Every other one is something I can speculate and project, and we can't have documentation or proof to it. But we are investigating that. So,
is this matter before the police?
Yes, they were arrested almost immediately. Then their statements were taken, and my statements were taken. But we have internal structures to deal with such cases. So I've referred the matter back to EPA for us to deal with it.
So if I get the understanding, this will not be a police matter anymore, because what we read pointed towards criminality and all of that.
Yeah.
So the matter would not be with the police anymore. It comes back to the EPA.
That will depend on the investigation. So once we are done with our internal investigation, if it warrants getting to the police, we will.
There is an allegation that you have, since you took office, brought in 25 new staff. Is that correct, madam?
Can you repeat that?
There is an allegation that since you got in, the meeting that was had on Tuesday by your staff, they suggest that 25 new people have been brought in since you assumed office. Is that correct, madam, please?
Yes. I think there are 24. About that, yes.
And they seem to be raising questions about the fact that, well, it's too sudden, you just came in, you needed to relax and all of that. So they were wondering, and they say because they raised the red flags, that is why you are doing some of these things. Are you retaliating or are you enforcing the rules?
This is an authority. Actually, I came in as CEO because it was an agency, and in January, as I came in, it became an authority.
That's correct.
Okay. So our mandate is bigger, and we have more responsibilities to the environment, which means that we need more people to work with in the first place. When I came in, I studied the dynamics. I mean, it took me over a month before I did this recruitment. I studied the dynamics, and I needed to fill in some critical positions. What our vacancy as we speak is more than 25.
Right.
There are a lot of vacancies to fill.
Okay.
But I'm still studying the financial landscape and even the whole HR in the authority. So it cannot rise to recruit. What I've done is to fill the critical areas that I feel need immediate replacement or immediate positions to be filled. So that's what I have done. And yes, I know you have received a petition because I saw you were copied.
Right.
In a petition.
No, I don't have the petition. What I have is the letter that you wrote. And then the internal memo.
More information.
Right, let's hear that.
A petition was sent to the presidency last week.
Okay.
And I received a copy only on Monday.
Okay.
My Minister of Environment, Science and Technology called me on Friday. But there's a petition against you for recruiting certain category of staff. And so I got a copy of that on Monday, and I saw that you were copied. In fact, you were addressed as the trusted Johnnie Hughes in the petition. And so it's about that. And then many other issues they mentioned. At first, when I arrived, I did a staff debate to address them on my vision and the direction I want to take EPA, to make EPA better than what I've come to meet. And they have issues of promotion way before I came in.
Right.
So people are due for promotion and they have not been promoted. And to them, they think that is what I should have done before recruiting new people. They may have a case, it's okay. What I'm seeking to do, there are a lot of people, more than 300 people need to be promoted. I cannot just do mass recruitment because that has huge financial implications. So the first thing I did was to ask my finance director to give me the financial analysis or implication of promoting this number of people. And then I need also to know which levels are these people supposed to promote it to.
Right.
So I'm studying all of this, studying the scheme of service, studying the strategic plan of the EPA. This is my second month in office, and I'm juggling all of these things at the same time. When I met them, I assured them that I'm going to work on their promotion. They have waited for 4 years, 8 years on their promotion. So I have just come in 2 months. Even at that time, it was just a month or even 2 weeks we started talking about that. They should have patience. Let me study the dynamics of their promotion, architecture, and all of that. And then I will start doing promotion.
Right.
But I also told them that I won't do mass promotion because I know some people are not working. So we have to promote those who are supposed to be promoted. And then all of that. So that is the conversation until these other issues started coming up. But again, I can use if you permit me, use your platform to assure my staff that I'm going to work on their promotions.
Prof, do you suspect political undertones for this, as you can say, pinching at the EPA? Yeah,
there's political influence everywhere, and in Ghana. I cannot really pinpoint, but I expect it. So I just know I have to do my work and do it the right way. That's what I'm doing.
So now, for the worried public who are looking at the situation and hearing this for the first time in the media, they would want to know what timelines you have given yourself to conduct and finish this investigation so that this matter can be put to rest, so that EPA can focus on weightier matters. What do you have to say to them?
Yeah, I need maximum of 2 weeks.
Sunrise on 3FM, the best in the morning.
I see.
So I need maximum of 2 weeks to do the investigation, because we normally we have to form a committee, give them the terms of reference, and then the committee will have to, interview or engage a number of people and all of those things before they come out. So I would say probably 2 weeks we should be able to come up with the results.
I see, but due to this, do we get a sense that then you have a harmonious relationship with the union, or have things gone a bit haywire? Because if that harmony is not there, then we know that you are not going to perhaps have the peace of mind to achieve the vision that you have.
Yeah, I will work within the laws of the country. I will do what I have to do to help, myself succeed, of course, and then the staff also satisfied as much as possible.
Right.
So, so far, there's a little bit of panic in the system, which is normal. But things will run down, and things will be fine. It will settle. It's really normal.
I see.
Things will settle very soon.
Prof.
So I would say I'm fine with the union, except for a little bit of panic in the system.
Great. Prof, let's move away from this, and thank you for the clarifications that you have given. I didn't know about the petition. I'm hearing it from you for the very first time, and I have not received a copy, unless somebody received it and I decided to hide it from me.
I'll share a copy with you.
Grateful. Now, let's talk about the rains. The Ghana Meteorological Agency, and we'll speak to them later, they have told us that we will get a lot more volumes of rain beginning sometime next week and all of that. How prepared is your institution to partner with your sister agencies to help us all when the rains come?
Thank you. So, ordinarily, our usual work, once we do compliance on building. When any construction, we assess the type of building and where it's the location of the building before we permit. So the usual thing is not to allow or permit building on waterways. And if they did it without permits, we apply appropriate sanctions, including probably pulling the building down and all of that. So we need to clear our waterways as much as possible. One thing that is disturbing in Ghana is the rebuilding of our wetlands.
Right.
Filling of our wetlands and building them in a built environment. The wetlands are supposed to take care of the runoff from the rain. And once the rain do not have a place to go, they flood areas that we don't expect there to be flooded. So we need to, as Ghanaians, understand the role of wetlands and allow them to be there to save us. Once we destroy the wetlands, we allow flooding to occur in our cities. That's one major problem we get when we get heavy rainfall. This is a La Nina year. It's a wet year. And so we expect to get more rainfall than usual. So we should expect flooding. And we need to prepare our mind, we need to prepare ourselves towards that. If we want to continue to build indiscriminately and continue to destroy our wetlands. We will continue to collaborate with NADMO. Yesterday I had NADMO officials in my office.
Right.
We had several discussions.
Right.
And we'll continue to work with our sister agencies, as you said, in matters like this.
Let's go to the Volta region and places like Amotinu, Agaveji, Salakopa, and all those villages along the Ketu South area. They've been hardly hit. The rains have not come yet, but they've been hardly hit. You can add the folks around the Mepe area, etc., because of the spillage from the VRA the other time.
Yeah.
Now, you say there's going to be more rains, confirming what the Ghana Meteorological Agency have said.
Yeah.
But again, what plans are you looking at for people like that along those coastal areas?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think EPA visited the Agavaji, Salakope, and Amutiano area upon complaints that we received from the community, let's say about a month ago. And then 2 weeks later, we visited the place with the president, and we reported the level of degradation by the sea in that area. When we visited again 2 weeks later, we saw that the devastation is so fast and so quick in its happening, and it needs immediate intervention. I'm happy that the president, after announcing to the community that he's going to put a budget line for intervention in that area, did rightly so. Because I heard the finance minister mentioning an amount for intervention in that area. I just want to hope that this intervention will come immediately, because the rate at which the sea is eroding, it has already taken properties and areas of worship and cemetery of the area. And as you rightly said, when the rain starts, it's going to be more devastating, because the sea will get more rain, more water, more content in there. And so the level will rise even more, and the area will experience more devastation, more erosion. And so I will use your platform to plead on government to expedite action in the area so that the people can save their land and save their property. It goes even beyond the property of the people, the properties of the people, because we are going to lose very soon, if you don't do anything about it, the road and then the light poles.
Right. fact,
we
now
need immediate intervention.
If you go around the area, you will find that the light poles usually are submerged at some point. They are really sitting in the water, and portions of the road are gradually being eaten off.
Exactly.
Yeah, but let's talk about on the coastal line. You find a lot of people doing sand winning, and along the riverbeds, you find people doing sand winning. Has that come to your attention? What is your plan if you have noticed that as well?
So since I didn't receive any complaints about sand winning in the coastal area, but I know it as a challenge that we have in the country. We EPA permits mining of all kinds. I mean, depending on how when we assess and it's allowed to mine, then we permit. So for sand winning in coastal areas, we don't give such permits, and so. I would say it's an illegal activity to win sand along the coast. I think previously we've had discussions as a country on this. There have been several warnings on it, but people are still doing this illegal activity. It will equally disturb the coastal lands and actually makes the erosion devastating than just with the sea. And so it is for those doing these illegal activities to put a stop to it, to save our coastal areas. We need our land. Otherwise, we spend a lot of money, a lot of resources to reclaim the land and to put up a defense or sea defense in those areas.
Galamsey, our final conversation. The big elephant in the room.
Yeah.
It does appear that either we don't have a fight at all, or we've been playing with the fight, or we are struggling to make an impact in the fight, or we are sleeping on the job or struggling to stay awake. There are many ways to describe the menace of Galamsey. What is your plan and commitment in the fight against Galamsey?
Okay.
Hello, Prof.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, Johnny, this is a multifaceted problem. We have communities involved, members of the communities, leaders or elders of communities involved, including chiefs, in some of the issues of Galamsey. So Galamsey, I want to...
Hello, Prof.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Yes, your line is breaking up. You may have to reposition yourself,
Hello,
please. Yes, it's better now. Let's hear you, please.
Okay.
Great.
So we have community leaders, members of communities, we have politicians, individuals who are resource involved, and so it's difficult to fight this. Today, I'm going to meet the Small Scale Miners Association, who have permits to operate. I'm going to meet them to empower them. They need to defend their integrity. They need to fight with us, help us fight this issue of illegal mining.
Right.
Because now we combine small-scale mining with Galamsey, like all of them together,
We mix them
as if they
all
are all
up.
illegal. So it is for the association who are permitted to mine, who have the right licenses to mine, to protect their integrity. So they need to help us to fight this illegal activities. I issued a statement in my first week of office because I saw that there was an emergency about mining in our water bodies. It's not legal. It's not allowed for anyone. No one is permitted to mine in our water bodies. But we are heading towards, in fact, we are already there, having water crisis. Some taps, my tap in my village never ran out of water. Today, as we speak, there's no water running through my tap since October last year. And it's becoming, it's widespreading as a challenge. we can't do without water. Now the water bodies are polluted. The EPA, in collaboration with, of course, our sector minister and the presidency, is taking steps to remove or to clear our water bodies, restore the water bodies back to its original state. We have received several proposals of different types. We are studying them. We want to start cleaning up our water bodies. We are collaborating with the Minerals Commission to employ water guards to protect our water bodies. Immediately we finish cleaning the water. That is on taxpayers' money anyway, but we cannot continue to pollute the water when we have cleaned the water. So we need to have this education done. It's okay to mine on the land, but not on water or inside water bodies. So we need to, of course, media, you need to help us to do this work. I know you'll be helping a lot to continue to educate Ghanaians, and especially those who are into mining, to do it the right way. Nobody is against us taking the gold from the soil, taking other minerals from the soil. But we have to do it the right way. We have to do it sustainably. So that is our plea. We want to work with the community. We want to work with the small-scale mining association. We want to educate Ghanaians. And, of course, we want to use the force. So we want to use the security agencies as well. So in some instances, as people are already doing it, I have arrested a couple of, or not even arrested, seized a couple of excavators.
Right.
And so that will continue to go on, but we really need to tackle the issue from the moral point of view. And that is what we have started working on. We need to deal with it as a moral issue, and then the law or the security agencies will continue to do their work.
There are two schools of thought: that we stop the bleeding and treat the sore, or we continue to pretend there's no bleeding while we treat the sore. To wait, we declare a state of emergency and ban all forms of mining, and not pretend that there is not illegal mining, but there is just people who are mining indiscriminately, even though they are licensed to do that. Which one do you support? State of emergency, banning all forms of mining, or continuing while trying to fight Galamsey?
Yes. So I will go for declaration of a state of emergency, and then for a period. That is when we can restore back our water bodies, and we have water guards in place. Then we can review licenses and allow or permit the mining to continue. Until then, I feel, as you said, we'll be rubbing the surface of the sore and be having the pain or the sore still inside. This should be a national discussion. We've had a meeting at the presidency over this, understanding the implication of if we say we should have a state of emergency in banning Galamsey for a period, because we have a lot of dependency as a country. Our economy depends on this gold mine. A huge chunk of it depends on the gold mine. And so, whilst we want to ban or stop illegalities within this field, we also need to understand the economic implication, the financial implications of this. So it's a national discussion we have to do.
And how soon should we be having this national conversation?
We have a meeting over the weekend. After that, we should be able to talk about the timing. So I have a meeting with the Minerals Commission, Forestry Commission, and other agencies on Saturday. Soon after that, we're going to sit down and make a plan. The president has charged us to come up with a plan.
Right.
And then after that, we'll we'll know what we should do.
Professor Nana Ama Brown Kluche, Acting CEO of the EPA, we're grateful for your time this morning.
Thank you, Johnny.
Great. And that was Prof. It's 1 minute after 9 here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Now let's go to one of the antagonists of this whole saga, the gentleman who is a recipient of the letter interdicting him and also asking him to stay away. God's Way, Lawson Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
And how are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. I'm doing well. I'm fine.
How does it feel to be on interdiction?
I'm not that happy. The reason being that I'm also the union chairman of EPA and also a law student. And to have all these things at my back is such a heavy load for me to carry. But I think with the good Lord in my boat, I will sail through.
Are you guilty as charged that you forged the signature of your CEO just so you could get some people go by the system?
Johnny, as I said earlier, I'm a law student and I know better. I won't indulge in such a thing for anything. And Madame herself, Professor Nana, is well aware that I'm very innocent of this whole allegation.
There's a conversation, and I'm sure you heard Prof talk about the fact that she authored a letter with her signature, but when a client walked in with the letter, the signature hadn't changed, the heading of the letter hadn't changed, but the content of the letter had changed. Did you do that?
Never. I didn't do that.
So why are you being accused of doing that?
Okay. Now, let me take you through this whole thing. Johnny, as you remember, during the EPA bungalow issue,
right?
3FM really helped EPA, PSWU, the union, to fight the state property, and EPA still has the bungalow as their official residence, which Prof is currently occupying. I'm still the union chairman, and as you know, all happenings in the organization will surely come to the union chairman. So I think last week thereabout, I received a call from the staff to organize a staff meeting to, kind of discuss what is currently happening in the organization. So some suggested that we should call for the meeting and also invite the press. We should also tie red bands. Now, one will ask, what is happening? What actually is the issue? After Madame took office, she decided to recruit some 25 people. In fact, she has already recruited them. And she has assigned some as regional directors. And these people are on contract. So the staff of EPA are not happy that there are already existing staff who are directors. We have over 80 deputy directors, and they see no reason why there should be a staff on contract to be a regional director.
Now, the conversation and the response on this from your boss is that you people sat for 4 to 8 years on your promotions and found no cause to raise these concerns. Suddenly, you have found your voices. Why are you doing that?
Johnny, to be frank with you, as a union chairman, I'm well aware of all the issues. The issues that Prof spoke about, I informed her. I called for a meeting with her, and I made her aware that we have issues in relation to promotions. And I even advised Prof that for her to have a cool ride within the organization, the best thing to do is to settle the promotional issues. We tabled this same issue before Honorable Kokofu, but Honorable couldn't do anything about it. We tabled it before Dr. Krugu.
Right.
Dr. Krugu also gave excuse that because of financial difficulties, he cannot do it. So when Prof took office, I also approached her about these promotional issues. And Prof categorically assured us that she's going to work on it. So when the staff called for the staff meeting, I went to Prof and I informed her about the happenings. And she told me that, look, she's not perturbed. Even if we want media, she can write and, bring on board more media houses to cover the meeting.
Right.
I told her that wouldn't be good for the agency's image. Therefore, I'm going to make sure the media don't come in so that we can only collate the views of our officers. Then I, in turn, can write to her so she can take action on it. Johnny, on Tuesday, which is on the 11th of March, I sat down to chair the staff there.
Right.
And I was called to come to the CEO Secretariat to receive an information before I go back to chair the meeting.
Right.
Upon my arrival at her secretariat, I saw 2 police officers awaiting me. Then one, Dr. Christine Asari, who was our former Deputy Executive Director, General Services, with one gentleman that Madame has recently employed and also assigned to as the Regional Director of the Eastern Region.
Okay.
His name is Danso.
Okay.
Sydney Danso. The 2 of them were in the office with the 2 police officers. Immediately, Dr. Christine handed to me a document that, Daniels, why did you people forge Madame's signature?
I see.
And I told Dr. Christine, I have no knowledge of this. What is happening? Then she said she has pleaded to Madame on our behalf, but she's not ready to listen. And I said, Madame, I know nothing about this. Then Sydney said that, well, Madame has, Prof has reported the case to the police, so we are to go to the police station. I told Dr. Christine that she has been in EPA for over 30 years. And now Prof has given her a contract as an executive advisor. She should have advised Prof that we have internal procedures. So we should exhaust all before we even involve the police. But the other officer, Sydney Dansuja, said the police should take us to the station.
I see.
So we were taken to the ministry's police station.
I'm coming. Before you get to the ministry's police station, you said Dr. Christine is a retiree who is on contract.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Her case was one of our agenda for the meeting because the staff were asking that Dr. Christine must be asked to leave.
Okay.
The reason is that during MPP time, she was given a contract to come and be an executive advisor to Dr. Krugu.
Okay.
But the board rejected it. And the staff are surprised that why should Prof come and Dr. Christine has suddenly returned. So she was also on our agenda.
So these are clearly political matters and political undertones. Is that correct?
Exactly.
I see.
Upon reaching the ministry
police station, yeah,
we were asked to write statement. I was invited with one of our senior officers, that's Mr. Amwaku George, who is the head of unit for security and intelligence at the enforcement unit.
Right.
We got to the station. We were asked to write statement. I wrote my statement clearly and made it known to the police that I have no knowledge about what is happening. But my other colleague went ahead to explain what actually happened for the letter to have Madame's signature and the content changing. So the police officer took us to the commander of the ministry's police station. So the commander asked me to tell her what actually happened. I told her that I'm unaware about the forgery. I know nothing about it. But my other colleague, Mr. Amwaku, explained what happened to the commander. And even there, the commander asked Mr. Amwaku if I am party to this whole thing. Mr. Amwaku explained that I am not part of it. So the commander even asked, so why am I here? Then I told her that I really don't know. So the commander asked the police officer to call the prof so she could speak to the CEO. Then the commander later informed us that the CEO said she's in a meeting at the Flagstaff House. She will come back around 4 p.m. to come and handle the case at the police station. Johnny, whilst we were at the police station waiting for Madame.
And where were you sitting? Were you behind bars or at the counterback?
Right. We were at the counterback. I received a message on my phone, and it is a memo circulated to the staff of EPA that Madame has interdicted I, Daniels, and Mr. Amwaku for forgery. So I was of the view that, look, you have reported the case to the police, investigation is yet to commence. And you have written a memo and circulated it. Johnny, Madame wasn't in the office, so we don't know who even wrote the memo yet. So I spoke to the police that what is happening. Then the police said, oh, this could be our internal issues. So around 3 p.m., Professor came to the police station. We were still at the counterback. She went to the commander, and she also took her statement. Then later we were invited to the commander's office.
Right.
So the commander asked her if she wants to continue with the case. Then Prof said she wants to withdraw the case. Then the commander asked Prof if she has gone through the internal procedures. And Prof said no. Then the commander said, Prof, you should have gone through the internal procedures before involving us. Then Prof said, no problem, she'll go back and do the needful. So when we left the police station, I asked Prof, what's the meaning of all this? Then she said she will explain to me later why she did what she did. So I was a little bit alarmed. Then we left the station. Yesterday, I reported to her office to see if she can discuss what actually is happening. But I only saw a lot of media personnel over there, and I'm sure she was granting interview on this same issue. Johnny, on Monday, before the meeting on Tuesday, I met Prof, and Prof told me that some of our colleagues have written petition to Flagstaff House.
Yes, and I'm told that I've been copied. I don't know anything about it.
Yes, and I also don't know anything about it. She asked me, and I told her I have no knowledge about it. But I informed her that some weeks ago, staff called me that they have written some petition, and they wanted the union chairman and also the senior
staff association,
senior staff association president to sign onto it. But I told them I'm not going to sign. And because of that, even among the staff of EPA, some are taking actions to impeach me because they said I'm an NDC member and I don't want to be hard on the CEO.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. So at the police station, Mr. Amwaku admitted that he did the forgery or what? I want to understand.
Yes, he admitted that. Madam had corrected this same compliance letter for the unit on 3 occasions, and they all had mistakes. So what Mr. Amwaku did was to go to Amasama office and collected their compliance letter and lifted Madam's signature onto the Amasama one.
So the bottom line is that this this content which is different with the signature, which is Madam's or Prof's, and then the recipient, which is that of the client, was altered by Mr. Mwaku and not you?
Not me.
Okay, and this was said before the police and Professor?
Yes,
okay.
And the statements are still lying there at the police station. You know, and Johnny, you see, I'm hearing that there are news at the NDC party office that I and Mr. Mwaku are MPP members who are trying to make things difficult for the CEO. I don't know if you'd like me to delve a little bit into politics.
We don't have too much time to delve into politics. And I don't think that we should politicize this matter. We should deal with the matters as they are, because EPA is a very serious institution. And so NDC MPP issues should be. I'm not one of those who will apply NDC MPP office. If somebody is competent and qualified, why not? If they are not, show them the exit and let them go and add value onto themselves.
Yes.
We thank you for speaking to us. Yes, quickly. We have to go.
Add this before
we have to go in 1 minute. In 1 minute, yes.
Okay. You know, the EPA has a collective agreement in which we stated procedures in handling such issues. We also have conditions of service, which tables out the procedures in handling these particular issues. So I'll plead with the good professor that she should go through the internal procedures to be able to find out if it is true I did it or not. And Johnny, look, my name is being spread on all the social media, all the radio stations, as though I've engaged in forgery. And look, it's so tarnishing, and it will affect my law, school. So I'll plead with the media houses if they could as well help matter, making sure that the good professor goes through the whole process and resolve the issue amicably. And if I'm found to be innocent, then she should, withdraw and do the rightful thing.
Failing which, will you take legal actions?
If it happens that I'm innocent, then I think the good professor should do the right thing by withdrawing and apologizing for everybody to know I'm innocent. If not, then I have to clear my name.
I see. But the prof stated that she has a harmonious relationship with the union until this situation happened.
The truth is that it is not the case. I've been to her on 4 occasions to inform her about the happenings in the organization. Johnny, if you like, send your people into the office, the head office. They'll come back telling you that the place is truly turbulent. And I've been to her and told her that, look, madam, the union wants you to succeed. So kindly pay attention to the union. But to my surprise, she has even gone to the extra mile relating the union chairman. For whatever reason, I don't know.
Godsway Lawson Daniels, PSW of TUC EPA, chairman, with grateful for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jody.
Great.
I'm grateful.
So this is it, the full story from the EPA's quarters, and you can only get this live on 3FM 92.7 on Sunrise. It's 19 minutes after 9. Next, we're talking about the weather, because we are told that there will be more rains this year. What does Amini have to say about it?